documents in your case, citation, and what they're as soon as I get that information from them, you can go resolve it. If there is some room to negotiate, I can do that with the state, and then some type of plea or agreement, or we'll enter. So, a couple moments.
All right, Mr. Lynch and Ms. Tortorello, tell me what you need as far as breakout rooms or anything.
Yes, Judge. I know I mentioned Mr. Lara Paz. I do believe Ms. Tortorella needed to step out for just one moment.
Okay.
So I'm trying to kind of
So is she can ask for a breakout room with him when she gets back if she's going to do his case? Otherwise, what did you're speaking with the people in the courtroom first?
yes, Judge.
Okay.
Actually, Trey, Terry Williams asked for us to be appointed, didn't he?
Yes.
I can go ahead and set up a breakout room with him. I'll need to log on. Although I'm just kind of waiting. I know the state is working. They're going to go ahead and get me the documentation. But I'll go ahead and join, and I can go ahead and speak to Mr. Williams and see what we can get accomplished immediately. And Judge, I have logged on, so if you would like to go ahead and place my device in a breakout room with Mr. Terry Williams, I believe,
Okay.
I can see what we can find,
Get done.
All right, Mr. Lynch's device and Mr. Williams will be in breakout room number 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just keep your devices muted. When we come back, we'll come back as the attorneys are making announcements or making requests.
Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, yes, Your Honor. May I be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Jose Lara Paz, please?
See. Yes.
With Michael.
If Miss Tortorella, if you will confirm his mailing address so we can make sure we can release the bench warrant, and then I think that attorney can go. He's as an attorney who's representing the company that put up the bond. So he just
Okay.
wants to make sure that we release the bench warrant. If you can just confirm his address,
Yeah.
so that we can get that to the clerk's office, then I'll release the bench warrant.
Yes, Your Honor. I do
All
that
right.
right now. I
Okay.
do that right now if
So
you want.
I'll put you in breakout room number
Okay.
3 with Mr. Jose Lara Paz.
Okay. And I'll confirm that for you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes, Ms. Tortorella?
I have an announcement on behalf of Mr. Jose Lara Paz.
Okay.
And then I'll let you know the address. So he's pleading not guilty and waiving formal arraignment. And I don't know if Miss Tolles wants to translate that or not.
Ms. Tolles?
Yes, good morning, Ms. Tortorello. Good morning, Your Honor. I did not see him on the screen, which is why I was wondering if he was there.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Sí, Su Señoría, buenos días. Quisiera anunciar sobre el caso del señor José Lara Paz. Se va a declarar no culpable y está renunciando a la lectura formal de los cargos.
Yes, and then as far as his address, Your Honor,
Y
Can
en
you,
cuanto a su dirección,
do you want me to type direct message, Miss
yeah,
Castañeda?
quiero
is
que
it
se
the
la
one we
envíe
have on file or is it new?
quiero que se la envíe directamente a la señorita Castañeda. ¿Ya obra en autos la dirección o es una nueva dirección?
Let me ask, señor Lara Paz, la dirección que los ha dado es la dirección que ya tiene la
Permíteme
secretaria
preguntar.
estatal
Sí,
del condado de Clayton?
sí,
¿Sí?
sí.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. That's the address that he's provided me is the address that the clerk's office should have.
Sí, su
Okay,
señoría, la dirección que me ha proporcionado es la dirección que la Secretaría del Tribunal debería de tener.
so if you just send it by chat, I'll be fine with that.
Okay,
Entonces,
and go
si
ahead.
lo puede enviar por chat, está bien.
Okay.
But,
Okay, and who
need to
do
fill
I-
out the form with the clerk's office. Like, they need to officially like fill the form out with the clerk's office if they got to change the address.
Tiene
Okay,
que llenar el formulario con la Secretaría del Tribunal si hay un cambio de domicilio. Hay un formulario que llenar.
so I know there's a QR code, and I believe it is like on the page, the initial page of the website.
Yo sé que hay un código QR y creo que aparece en la página inicial del sitio web.
One second.
Permítame.
and just to clarify, Your Honor, he said that it's the same address that the clerk's office should already have.
Para
Okay,
aclarar, dice que es la misma dirección que la Secretaría del Tribunal ya debería de tener.
that's fine then.
Está bien, entonces.
We'll do a bench warrant set aside.
Vamos a dejar que la orden de captura quede sin afecto.
Mr. Lara Paz, whenever you get a notice from the court, please make sure that even if it's difficult for you to understand, if you take it to somebody who can interpret it or who can translate it for you.
Señor Lara Paz, siempre y cuando usted reciba un aviso del tribunal, aunque sea difícil para usted entenderlo, por favor, llévelo con alguien que se lo pueda interpretar o traducir.
Okay.
Okay.
You're entering a plea of of not guilty, so that means you're going to have to continue to speak with your attorney until this case is resolved.
Usted está manifestando una declaración de no culpable, lo cual significa que va a tener que seguir en pláticas con su abogada hasta que este caso se resuelva.
Okay, sí.
Okay, yes.
All right. All right, you're free to go at this time. We will go ahead and do a bench warrant set aside.
Your Honor, we can't
Muy-
hear you.
I'm
Muy
sorry, you're
bien.
free to go at this time and we'll do a bench warrant set aside.
Señor, usted se puede retirar en este momento y también vamos a anular esta orden de captura
Okay.
en su contra.
Okay.
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 Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Gracias, señor.
I
Gracias.
think we have on the arraignment calendar, Everett, Powell, Smith, and Williams left.
Your Honor, may the interpreter be excused.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. You all have a great day.
You too.
Your Honor, I do have an announcement on Everett. We are ready to go forward with a negotiated plea, and then we should likely be ready to go forward on Terry Williams
I'm losing your voice, Mr. Lynch. Can you just make sure you don't have to lean into it, but if you make sure you're in front of that mic. Okay, you said you want to go forward with a plea on Everett, and what happens with Mr. Williams?
That will likely be a plea shortly after. I just need to confirm with Mr. Williams, and then I should be able to get through the other two appointed cases very quickly after that.
All right, just bring Mr. Everett up. Raise your right hand for me, Mr. Everett. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, so you just direct, you can put your hand out, just direct your speech into the red microphone, because that one works a little bit better. All right, so Mr. Eddie Eugene Everett, you're before the court on case 2023 CR 03445 for distracted driving and improper lane change. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Mr. Lynch is with you. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, to count 2 improper lane change, he's asking the court to accept a plea of no contest. I believe the state has offered to null pros to distracted driving based on the photo of the hands-free device that I hope I sent to.
Okay. As to count 1, that will be no pros. As to count 2, a nolo. By entering a plea of nolo, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On March 1st, 2023, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to incident location here in the county regarding a vehicle accident. Officers made contact with the driver of the vehicle, identified as Mr. Eddie Everett, the defendant. During the course of the investigation, officers did determine that Mr. Everett fell asleep at the wheel, crossed over across the lane, and did strike 2 traffic signs. This all occurred here in Clayton County. State's recommendation to count 1 is to null pros. That's failure to exercise due care, and count 2 is improper lane change, $100 fine.
All right, so Mr. Everett, the fine is going to be $100 with the surcharges. It'll be $153. And sir, did you wish to pay that today or have additional time? I can give you up to 60 days to pay if you need it.
I can pay it today, Your Honor.
All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go downstairs to the 2nd floor right below where you are. When you come back through the double doors, you're going to go to your left to the traffic court window. They'll take your payment and give you your receipt, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you and be safe. All right, take care, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, sorry to interrupt court, but I would, if I may address Mr. Williams, did you receive my text message, sir?
No problem.
Recording in progress.
Your Honor, My apologies. Could you place my device back into a breakout room with Mr. Williams? Did you get his phone number?
All right, breakout room number 1.
Mr. Williams, you need to join the breakout room that the judge assigned you to.
Okay, let's see. Trying to figure out. I mean, I'm not good with these devices. Let me see. Start. Let me see. It cut off for some reason. How do I go to the breakout room? I don't know how to. I thought it just transferred me over.
You're gonna see an invitation pop up again. Just hold on. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Lynch, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Watch your screen.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Mr. Williams, can you hear me? All right, so I did explain the trials. Your Honor, me and Mr. Williams are back. I did confirm we do have a negotiated plea, and we're ready to go forward with that plea.
All right. Mr. That's not it. Mr. Williams, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Terry Williams. 2023 CR, Terry Michael Williams, I'm sorry, 2023 CR 03468 for no insurance and no tag expired or a valid tag. Raise your right hand for me.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Mr. Owen Lynch is with you. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Judge, he's going to plead guilty to count 2. I believe the state has agreed to null pros, count 1, no insurance. We do stipulate to a factual basis if the court is so inclined.
That's fine. What's the recommendation, Mr. Brooks?
$200 fine on the tag offense, count 1, no insurance is being null partial.
And you said a $200 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Williams, the fine is going to be $298 with the surcharges. I usually give someone who's not at the courthouse 30 days to pay. If you need more, I can give you up to 60 days.
Oh, no. I'll be there Friday. I'm just,
No problem. I'll give you 30 days in which to pay. So this is going to ask you to do, if you would, do you know how to use the chat function?
Judge.
No, not really.
Oh,
All
Mr.
my
Lynch,
daughters
I
done
think has
moved
it.
out.
Who do I
Yeah.
need to chat his email to?
Miss Brenda Castaneda.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Williams, I usually tell people if their tech support is anybody younger than 30.
Okay.
Yeah. My
Miss-
daughters moved out, and they normally
That's all
handle all
right.
this for me.
Mr. Lynch is going to do it for you, but you'll get an email. Please check your spam folder if you don't see it in a day or so. And you'll get it from the clerk's office, and it'll tell you how to pay. You can come in person on the second floor of the Justice Center building at 9151 Terra Boulevard, or you can pay online or by phone, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I want to say, Mr. Williams, you're going to log off in a second, and I'm going to call you, or if you can text me your email, but I'll call you to get your email. So just look for a phone call for me, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Be safe, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right, Ms. Castaneda, Mr. Lynch is going to get you that email in a moment. So we have on the arraignment calendar, we still have Powell and Smith.
Judge, I'm going to speak to Mr. Powell right now.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes, Ms. Tortorella?
Just following up on Mr. Calloway, he did update his address with the clerk's office already. Just again requesting on his behalf for that bench warrant to be set aside.
Okay, this is Callaway, not La Paz, correct?
Yeah, he's out on bond, Your Honor.
La Paz, okay. All right.
I can't hear you, Your Honor. My apologies.
Bench warrant set aside for Callaway.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Is he free to leave, Your Honor?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right, let me know when we can call the jail calendar. I'm ready.
Judge, we do have a negotiated plea for Mr. Maurice Powell.
Mr. Powell, ready?
Sorry about that. Yes, Judge, we're ready.
Okay. Mr. Powell, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Maurice L. Powell, 2023 CR 03472 for driving on a suspended or revoked license, no insurance, and no tag expired or invalid tag. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, she asked the court to take a no contest plea to count 1, to take a no contest plea to count 3, and a guilty plea to count 4. Count 2 is being null pros pursuant to the offer from the state.
All right, by entering a plea of nolo, the counts 1 and 3, count 4 will be a guilty plea. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Mr. Powell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Factual basis and recommendation, please.
We don't mind stipulating to the facts as pled on the accusation if the court is so inclined.
I'm fine if the state is fine.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right.
Count 1 is a $1,000 fine. Count 2 is being null pros. Count 3 is a $200 fine, and count 4 is a $100 fine.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Powell, the $1,000 fine for count 1 will be $1,420 with the surcharges. For count 2, it's a $200 fine, which with the surcharges will be $298. And then for count 4, it's a $100. I'm sorry, count 2 is no pros. Count 3 is a $200 fine, and then count 4 is a $100 fine, which with the surcharges will be $153. I can give you up to 60 days to pay without putting you on probation if you need additional time. But if you need more than that, I have a 12-month pay only probation option. And your probation will terminate as soon as you have paid all of the fines and fees.
Your Honor, that is the option I believe that he would like to take. We would ask the court to consider waiving probation fees or waiving the first 3 months probation fees. He does have significant financial obligation. He's trying to clear up a matter in another state so he can get his driver's license. So that's what we'd ask the court to consider.
Okay, I'm willing to suspend supervision fees for the first 3 months. Counts 1, 3, and 4 will run concurrent. Count 2 will be no pros. I'll send you to pay these amounts under 12 months pay only probation. The requirements are that you appear for probation reports and you pay as directed. As soon as you have completed payment of all of the fines and fees, your probation can terminate. So if that happens in the first month, the 9th month, the 12th month, whenever it happens, your probation will terminate at that time as long as you've shown proof of having made those payments. Okay, Mr. Powell?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to ask you to go next door to the courtroom 305. The first set of double doors will have the probation expert in one of the offices. Mr. James is going to sign you up for probation and give you any rules that are necessary for you to know to successfully complete. And she'll also answer any questions that you might have, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so please make sure you stop by and speak with probation before you leave the building. Okay, you're free to go at this time, sir. Go on next door to 305.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
You're very
Be
welcome.
safe.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and the last case I have is Kanika Smith before we go to the jail calendar.
Your Honor, we're currently conferencing with the state on that one.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes, Ms. Tortorella?
yes, Your Honor, I have an announcement on behalf of Ms. Kanika Smith.
Yes.
She's ready to move forward with a negotiated plea.
All right, have her come up.
Okay. Okay.
Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Kanika Fontaine Bass. I'm sorry, Smith, 2023 CR 01169 for no insurance, suspended registration, and no tag or expired or invalid tag. Ms. Tortorella, what does your client plead to 3 offenses before the court?
Your Honor, for count 3, no tag, my client's pleading nolo. My understanding is that counts 1 and 2 will be null prost.
All right, so I understood you to say that as to count 3, a nolo plea, counts 1 and 2 will be null prost. Is that correct?
That is my understanding, Your Honor.
Yes. My internal plea of nolo to count 3, counts 1 and 2 will be null prost. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, I understand.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Your Honor, defense stipulates to the facts.
Recommendation, please.
Count 3, Your Honor, is a $200 fine. Counts 1 and 2 are being null prost, Your Honor.
All right, the fine is $200, $298 with the surcharges. Ms. Smith, did you wish to pay that today or did you need additional time?
I can pay it today.
All right, when you go downstairs, you're going to go down to the second floor right below us. You'll go to your left when you come through the double doors. And when you get to the traffic court window, they'll accept your payment and give you your receipt, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. And please be safe, ma'am.
Thank you, too.
All right, we're going to go to the jail calendar at this time. 1 second.
First floor, state court clerk's office, first floor, copy of your disposition.
All right, the jail calendar for April 28th, 2026 at 10 a.m. This is the first case on the calendar is Alexia Baker. This is Miss Gatson's case. Has anyone heard anything from her?
Ms. Jackson, I have not, Your Honor.
I don't see a waiver.
No, it looked like he got arrested for failure to appear.
Oh, so she might not have gotten notice of this.
Yeah, because we don't send notice when they're a jail inmate. He would need to have
Yeah.
contacted her.
All right, so can we get Ms. Gatson notice and we'll reset for 1 week? Ms. Val,
The reset would have to be the 19th.
I'm sorry.
Reset date would be on. Hold on. Yeah, we can reset it for 1 week.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because just because of the type of charge, I didn't want it to sit in there too long. Andre Justin Hogan.
It's going to be a negotiated plea today, Your Honor.
Next is Ja'Cory Darrell Pearson.
Judge, I believe I sent some information to the state, but Mr. Pearson unfortunately has passed away.
Yes, he's deceased.
Okay. Not in the jail.
Not in our jail.
Oh, no, he's in the Department of Corrections.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Okay. Samuel Lee Sessions.
Judge, that's going to be a negotiated plea today.
Martez Maurice Smith.
Judge, I believe I did speak to him this morning, but before I knew it, he had been bonded out. So I believe he's actually in the process of being released at this point.
Okay, so Smith is OTB?
Yes, Judge.
Marcus D. Standback, that's a petition.
Yes, Your Honor. That will we will stipulate to the facts and move forward non-negotiated on that one, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so Baker is going to be reset. If we can give Ms. Gatson notice, because I don't think she would get notice on a bench warrant. Hogan is going to be a plea. Pearson is going to be no pros. Sessions is a plea. Smith is OTB, and Standback is a petition. So what do y'all want me to start with?
Yeah, did you call Walsh as well?
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the next page. Thank you. Next is Joseph Chantrand Walsh. He has a petition and an active case.
Yes, Your Honor. For his petition, we will stipulate to the facts and accept probation's recommendation. And for his active pending case, Your Honor, it would be a negotiated plea.
All right. Next is Sharon Ann Walton. That is a petition.
Yes, Your Honor. We're stipulating to the facts and moving forward non-negotiated.
Aubrey Wells.
Yes, Your Honor. I've already conferenced with the state on his. I would need to conference with my client and then make an announcement.
Okay. And Ramon Eugene Willis petition.
Will he bond out? My understanding is that Mr. Willis has bonded out, Your Honor.
Yeah, Judge, I'm not sure if he just wasn't taken into custody.
You can't bond out on a petition.
I understand that, Judge. So that's why our understanding is that he's not in custody. I guess Ms. Chang can speak on that.
Good
Ms.
morning,
Chang?
everyone. Yes, Your Honor. He OTB on April 23rd and was transferred to Fayette County April 24th. I had scheduled the hearing. Everything happened at once. So I just kept him on because a warrant actually issued April 24th, the same day that he was transferred to Fayette County. And I checked with Fayette County this morning and he is still there. So he does have a hold here.
Okay, so he's in Fayette County with a hold for us?
He should have a hold for us because the warrant issued April 24th.
Okay, no problem. And Ricardo Cortez Woodford.
Yes, Your Honor, we're stipulating to the facts and accepting the recommendation of probation.
All right, let me know where we want to start.
We can begin with, can you bring out Marcus Standback?
Your Honor,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt, but on Miss Kanika Smith from the OTB calendar,
Yes.
I believe she was informed that she may be wanted on this matter. So I was just going to ask if we can do a bench warrant recall order on Miss Smith, if that hasn't already been addressed.
All right, I'll do it. Y'all just send it to me.
Thank you, Judge.
Is this Mr. Standback?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me. All right, Mr. Standback, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Marcus D. Standback, 2024 CR 2024 CR 00843. You were before this court and convicted of the offense of simple assault family violence on the 13th day of February 2024. You were sentenced to 12 months, 11 months on probation after serving 30 days. You have 4 months and 4 days remaining on probation. Your sentence was tolled because you failed to report to probation on July 30, 2024, August 8th, 2024, and within 10 days of August 9th, 2024. You last reported on July 2nd of 2024. You failed to comply with counseling. You have not shown proof of enrolling and participating in the Family Violence Intervention Program, and you failed to pay. You're currently $200 in arrears. Ms. Tortorello is representing you from the law firm of Lister, Holton, Dennis. Ms. Tortorello, what's going on with Mr. Standback?
Yes, Your Honor. As far as the failure to comply with counseling, my client has advised that his family member emailed probation last week with 2 certificates involving Family Violence Intervention Program. And I'm not sure if Officer Chang can verify that to the court. Also, Your Honor, as far as—
I'm sorry, say that again. A family member emailed him to family violence. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you just said.
A family member of his emailed the probation office with certificates showing that he completed the Family Violence Intervention Program.
Why didn't he do it? Had he appeared for probation reports, he could have done it himself.
Yes, Your Honor, he was incarcerated at the time. That's why he had a family member assist. But he claims— go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry to interrupt. I did receive an email with copies of 2 certificates of completion. It was through Edovo, saying that he completed Domestic Violence Prevention Part 1 and Part 2, but that and these certificates are dated April 16th, 2026. These are not an approved family violence intervention program, which is a 24-week program.
Okay.
Regardless, Your Honor, I feel like he has attended classes. I understand that it wasn't the correct class. I understand that my client should have asked the probation officer or followed up to see whether these classes were approved, but he did take time to do a domestic violence course or courses. As far as the arrears, Your Honor, failure to pay, my client was unemployed at the time and he was undergoing through hardship. However, he is employed now with Time to Dine Catering. He's been there for 8 months. He's been maintaining his job. My understanding is this is the first violation. Probation is asking, to my understanding, for 60 days to revoke closed case. We are asking, Your Honor, and we plead to Your Honor for 30 days and then closed case, Your Honor.
So I know this is his first hearing, is what you're saying, but he didn't report because you said he was incarcerated, but I didn't get any information about that. Because if so, Ms. Chang would have noted that where he was incarcerated and how long he was expected to be incarcerated. Number two, he didn't do the family violence intervention program like I asked him to do. And number three, the money I don't really care that much about, but he didn't do that either. So he's asking me to cut the recommendation from probation in half, from 60 days to 30 days, when he didn't do any of the crucial things I asked him to do.
If you want to hear, Your Honor, from me, Your Honor, all I can say is he did show some steps into trying to complete his probation requirements. I understand that the classes that he took were the incorrect ones. However, he is.
Okay, so this is what I don't understand. I tell people all the time, if you have any difficulties, please communicate with your probation officers. They're here to help you successfully complete. Please make sure that you attend your probation reports. Please make sure that if you have any difficulties, if anything happens, contact your probation officers. And y'all run in the opposite direction. You don't report. You don't tell the probation officer, hey, my other case came up. I now have to go to jail for this other case. The stuff that I tell you to do, you don't do the ones I tell you to do. You go and find something that you think will be good enough, and then you send that in, and I'm supposed to just accept that because you don't have a job or you got this other hardship. Well, these hardships are hardships that you brought on yourself. Like, I don't know what the other case was where you were incarcerated, but I'm sure those were choices that you made that were bad choices. Just like the bad choices you made in this case where you didn't do what I asked you to do. Sir, at some point, Mr. Standback, it's not our problem. Your issues are not my problem. You got to man up and do what you need to do. Make better choices. Because whatever has got you bouncing from jail to jail, I don't even feel bad about it because you could make better choices. How old are you, sir?
37.
Oh, you almost 40. And for you to be almost 40, bouncing around in an orange jumpsuit, that is not a cute look. That's not a good look for you. It is not. At some point, you got to make a decision that you don't want to keep doing this foolishness. Just saying. You have children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children?
1.
Okay. So you have a child, you don't have a job, or you just got a job. You didn't have a job during the course of the time when you should have been reporting and doing what I asked you to do. You're in an orange jumpsuit now. You were in some other jumpsuit earlier because you couldn't do what I asked you to do. your child is getting nothing from you. No guidance, no presence, no money, nothing. When are you going to turn your life around and start realizing that you brought a person into this world who needs you and you're not doing what you're supposed to do? And you're not even doing for yourself what you're supposed to do. You're almost 40 years old and you bouncing around in the jails with these young folk who crazy. If you have seen any of the videos of what's going on in the Clayton County Jail, these young boys are crazy. That jail facility is crazy. And this is what you want to do? These are the choices you're making?
No,
and then when I give you the opportunity to stay out of jail, take my classes, report to probation. If something comes up, tell your probation officer while you are reporting. But then you don't do that. I still see the need to be cutting stuff in half. Anything else, Miss Chang?
As far as his incarceration, I did track that he was incarcerated in Fulton County from February 14th to May 17th, 2024. But then after that, he came in to see me on May 20th and until July 2nd, 2024, that was his last report. Then he just didn't report anymore.
So you were out. The incarceration had nothing to do with you not reporting. All right.
Your Honor, it does show that he didn't report. My apologies. Go ahead, Your Honor.
Yeah, Ms. Chang ain't wrong.
I don't know if he was incarcerated after that time, after May 17th, 2024.
You were transferred from Cobb?
Yeah, I came from Cobb County. Yeah.
How long were you in Cobb? Oh, he was just transferred from Cobb, Your Honor, is my understanding as well.
He what?
He was transferred from Cobb County to here.
Okay.
As well. He's been there for a significant amount of time.
Okay, well, that means he's just doing too much. Defendant shall have 60 days revoked after service of 60 days with credit since the date of lockup. Then the case shall be suspended and closed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, who's this?
This is Mr. Joseph Walsh, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. 1 second. Let me pull up your petition. All right, so Mr. Walsh, you're before the court for a petition for revocation of probation.
Yes, ma'am, and a theft by taking and,
Okay, hold on, let me just pull it up, all right?
yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is, the petition is State Court of Clayton County, State of Georgia versus Joseph Chartrand Walsh, 2026 CR 00153. You were before this court for theft by taking and criminal trespass. You were before the court on the 3rd of February 2026, and you were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 8 months and 17 days remaining. Your sentence was not told, but you did receive an arrest for the new offense of theft by taking on April 1st of 2026 in Clayton County, Georgia. You failed to report on March 16th, 2026. You last reported on June 16th of 2026. You failed to comply with counseling. You failed to provide proof of completing a theft prevention course, and you failed to pay your $200 in arrears. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Ms. Tortorello is with you. You also are before the court on case 2026 CR 04728 for theft by taking, also represented by Attorney Tortorello and the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Mr. Welsh, raise your right hand for Walsh. I'm sorry, raise your right hand for me. You
Yes, ma'am.
solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in these matters will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand out. Ms. Tortorello, on the, which, do you want to start with the petition or the new offense?
We can go ahead and do the new offense, Your Honor, since.
All right, what is your client plead to the offense before the court on case 2026 CR 04728?
That'll be a NOLO, Your Honor.
All right, by entering a plea of NOLO to theft by taking, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Mr. Walsh?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please. You're muted, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you. On March 19th, 2026, officers with the Forest Park Police Department responded to JJ's Produce in Forest Park here in Clayton County in reference to a report of a theft. Upon arrival, officers made contact with person who worked at the JJ's Produce and who advised that 324 packs of a soda were stolen from the business. Officers during the course of the investigation was able to review camera footage. They were able to identify Mr. Joseph Walsh as the person taking those soda packs. This all occurred here in Clayton County. State's recommendation is 12 months to serve 30 days. The balance is to be suspended upon him not returning to JJ's Produce that is located at 16-10 Forest Parkway, Forest Park, Georgia 30297. My impression is that this is at the farmer's market. Your Honor, I believe you're muted.
For the petition, Ms. Tortorello.
Yes, Your Honor. So I just want to go back to the plea that was just taken. My understanding is it's 12 months to serve 30 days credit for time served, just for the record.
I can't hear you, ma'am. You have to.
Just for the record, my understanding is that it's 12 months to serve 30 days credit for time served.
Okay, yeah, I have that.
Thank you. Yes, for the VOP, Your Honor, we're stipulating to the facts and accepting the recommendation of probation for that one.
All right. And Mr. Austin, what's the recommendation from probation on this case?
Yes, Your Honor. The recommendation is 45 days to serve and close this case. Created since the day of lockup, which would be April 9th of 2026.
Mr. Walsh,
Yes, ma'am.
you got to get your life together, sir.
I know. I know you're tired of seeing me. I was actually starting to get my stuff together on the way there, but I did communicate with Mr. Austin upon the first time that I met him that I wasn't going to be able to pay I did do my best to get this stuff done, but with like I told you before, I do have other problems, with mental health and addiction, and it can kind of be hard to keep it together, especially with a lot of stuff. I know it's no excuse to be stealing stuff from people, but I did try to communicate with Mr. Austin. He's a very wonderful young man, and I didn't have no problem with him. And if there was any other situation in my life and I wasn't going through some of the things that I was going through, I'm pretty sure that I would have been able to work diligently and complete that. But with what's going on in my life, I need a lot of help, and I've been trying, and I was starting to try to get it together when I decided to make a wrong turn and cut through the farmer's market. And for some reason, whenever I go through there, I just can't seem to help myself, apparently.
Okay, well, let's not go through there, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But I am trying, and I do have I have a good support system, you know what I'm saying? I just need to learn how to use it.
Your Honor,
Yes.
based on on defendant's statement, the state's request was that he be prohibited from going to Judge A's produce.
Yes.
But if the court would allow, the state would like to expand that just to the farmer's market, to be clear.
Yeah, that works.
Period. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
All right. So, Mr. Walsh, I'm going to accept your plea of nolo to the criminal trust, the theft by taking case ending in 04728, 12 months to serve, 30 days, credit for time served, balance suspended as long as you do not go back to the Clayton County farmers market located in Forest Park, Georgia, Clayton County. And also, this will run concurrent with the case 2026 CR 00153, the revocation of probation. The court is going to order that you have 45 days revoked with credit since the date of lockup. After service of 45 days, you'll have your case suspended and closed. This case shall run concurrent with the new case.
Question?
Yes.
Do I get the two?
Do you get what now?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so I have that defendant shall have 45 days revoked with credit since date of lockup. After service of 45 days, defendant shall have his case suspended and closed. This case shall run concurrent with the case 2026 CR 04728. Defendant shall not go back to the Clayton County Farmers Market located in Forest Park, Georgia. The date of lockup is April 9th, 2026.
That's correct, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
Miss Sharon Walton is coming up, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand down. All right, Ms. Walton, you're before the court for a petition for revocation of probation on case 2022 CR 2271. You were before this court, State of Georgia versus Sharon Ann Walton, for driving under the influence of alcohol, improper backing on the 20th day of October 2025, and you were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 5 months and 20 days remaining. You committed a new offense of DUI, alcohol less safe, failing to maintain lane, turn signals required, and you were arrested for this offense on April 6, 2026 in Sandy Springs, Georgia. You failed to pay your currently $865 in arrears. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Ms. Tortorella, what is going on with Ms. Walton?
Yes, Your Honor. So my client, she has a full-time.
Ms. Walton, move over a little bit so I can hear Ms. Tortorella better in the red microphone. Okay. All right, go ahead, Ms. Tortorella.
Yes, Your Honor. So my client has she works full-time as a nurse at a Rose Home Care. She makes about $15 an hour. She's basically just working to live, Your Honor. So she does believe that, you know, her probation requirements are priority. However, she also doesn't have enough left over due to her personal utilities and rent, just based on the amount that she makes at the nursing home. She also, Your Honor, has she's really scared, Your Honor, because she feels like if the court moves forward with probation's recommendation, she will end up being homeless and losing everything in her home. She's already behind on the rent due to the lockup. She has grandkids that live with her part-time. And she has paid the last couple of times, probation can verify, but she stated to me $50 and then $180 towards her fines that she owes. But she's willing to, she really just wants to, she wants to return, and if the court will allow, she could do some community support groups or something.
So If she was arrested for driving on a suspended license, or if she was before the court because she tested positive for alcohol, that's different. But she's been arrested for the exact same thing that she was in my court about. And I know that we had this conversation. In fact, Miss Chang, can you tell me what her sentence was?
Her sentence was to 12 months probation for DUI, Your Honor, and improper backing.
Do you have the specifics?
I'm not sure, Your Honor, what, like the specifics that she had to, the special conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor. She was to complete a clinical evaluation, which she did on November 4th, 2025. No treatment was recommended. She was to complete a parenting course, which she has completed April 8th, 2026. She completed a risk reduction program on November 8th, 2021. The offense was September 9th, 2021. And 80 hours of community service, which she has also completed as of February 20th of this year.
So, ma'am, you did all of those things, which would have made you golden, and then you go out and get arrested for the offense of DUI less safe. I just don't understand how we missed that part. Like, all of the things we were doing were to avoid this eventuality, avoid you getting a second charge for DUI. And I understand that you're innocent until proven guilty, but to be arrested for the exact same thing that you were before this court, that's an issue. And so I don't know, I mean, as well as you did on probation, I don't know that I want to keep you on probation after that. Because I feel like at this point you're a danger to the community.
And Your Honor, at this point, would you accept 30 days?
What's your recommendation, Ms. Chang?
Your Honor, probation recommends that she serve 60 days credit for time served since April 21st and close the case. Ms. Walton did make me aware of this new charge in Fulton County. However, my concern is that she's a home care traveling nurse.
Yeah.
Her license is suspended. I had her to report to me by mail, but because of that reason, because she said she would have to bring her client with her and all that. But she is still driving, Your Honor.
Your Honor, my client has just informed me her license is not suspended.
It should be. Why wouldn't it be?
Now, I mean, now, but before it wasn't suspended. The arrest of the alleged offense was earlier this month, April 6th of 2026.
All right, defendant shall have 60 days revoked and shall have credit since the date of lockup. After service of 60 days, defendant's case shall be suspended and closed. Miss Walton, this behavior indicates to me that you have an alcohol problem and you should seek some type of treatment. I don't know what's going to happen in the Sandy Springs case, but I do know you will have on your record a conviction for DUI because of this case, which elevates your case. If you can go into the DUI court in Fulton County, that may be a viable solution for you to help you come to terms with your alcoholism, because otherwise you're going to end up hurting someone. And you are free to go back with the jail at this time.
Your Honor, that's all I have this morning. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we have Hogan, Sessions, and Wells and Woodford. Woodford is a petition, the last petition.
If we can bring out Mr. Woodford, please. Mr. Woodford. Yes. See right there, right over the mic.
All right, who's this?
This is Mr. Ricardo Woodford, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Woodford, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony that you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Woodford, 1 second.
No, I started on this. I did the 40 though. So. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Ricardo Cortez Woodford, you're before the court on case 2022 CR 00860. You are before this court on a petition for revocation of probation. You were before the court for driving under the influence on the 21st day of July 2025. You were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 2 months and 23 days remaining. The sentence was not told. It says that you tested positive for cocaine on March 11th, 2026. The lab confirmation was received on March 12th, 2026. You failed to complete a risk reduction course and show proof to the court. You failed to pay your $445 in arrears. Ms. Tortorello is representing you with the law firm of Lister Holton Dennis. Ms. Tortorello, what's going on with Mr. Woodford?
Your Honor, basically my client has just hung out with the wrong crowd the day that he tested positive for.
So did the crowd blow cocaine up his nose? I mean, how does that work?
No, it's just he just was influenced, Your Honor. It wasn't.
How old is Mr. Woodford?
Ma'am.
How old are you, Mr. Woodford?
I'm 27.
So at 27, if somebody tells you to jump off a bridge, you gonna jump?
No, ma'am.
But Your Honor, we understand how negatively this looks. However, we do want to accept probation's recommendation, and if need be, Your Honor, Mr. Austin, can you remind me of the recommendation, please?
Credit for time served, return back to probation, attend 2 support 8 meetings for the duration of the probated tenure, and submit to weekly testing.
Yes, Your Honor, and he is more than willing to do those community support group meetings.
I'm taking a risk reduction as soon as I get out.
Okay, why can't we get the risk reduction program?
I just started a job actually, and I just got hired on, so my funds was a little low. But now I just got hired on to a job, and when I get out, I'm taking the DUI class and all that. I took one of the classes already with the money I was getting, and I did complete some of the community service. So when I get out, I got the money to pay for those classes now, and I'm gonna handle that.
Well, Your Honor, just to rectify.
You got 2 months left, Mr. Woodford, and Lord forbid this job is a drug testing job, because you won't have that if you are so easily influenced to mess up your whole life.
And Your Honor, just to add, he did complete the 40 hours of community service. However, and because he couldn't afford the fines, I believe the agreement between him and his probation officer was the 60 hours. So he's working on those 60 hours of community service time.
That's fine, but he still didn't complete the risk reduction program. That's my issue. And then we see it was needed because he went out and partook of cocaine that was free floating in the air because he was with the wrong crowd. Mr. Woodford?
Yes, ma'am.
You are good and grown, 27 years old. Wrong crowd is not going to work for the rest of your life. We clear, because you can always walk away. You can make a different decision. You cannot put the cocaine in your body. Nobody forced it on you. So wrong crowd is an excuse for, I made a bad decision, but I'm not trying to own up and be responsible for my decision. So yeah. Don't ever let those words come out of your or your lawyer's mouth on your behalf again, because that makes you seem like there's something wrong with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Like you can't make a good decision because you have some other issue pending. And I don't see that. I don't remember that being the case. And so if you are a person who can make sound decisions, then you should make said sound decisions and not claim that it was hanging with the wrong crowd that made you take drugs when you knew you weren't supposed to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so my understanding, Mr. Austin, is you want him to test at each report, and he's to have 2 community support meetings per week.
The support meetings are correct, Your Honor, but I was gonna have him submit weekly tests for the duration of the probation.
Weekly tests. I like that.
2 months to complete this probation.
All right, so Mr. Woodford, you'll return to probation, test weekly for alcohol and illegal substances, and attend 2 community support group meetings per week, and show proof of attending those meetings for alcohol and substance abuse cessation.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, can I put in and have him to report Friday morning?
All right, you shall report Friday morning. What time, Mr. Austin?
9 a.m. working.
9 a.m. Friday morning, 3rd floor, probation office in this building, sir. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Don't mess up, Mr. Woodford.
This is the last time you're gonna see me.
I'm sorry?
This is the last time you're gonna see me, Your Honor.
Yeah, okay, Mr. All right. That's up to you entirely.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office.
All right, thank you. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Your Honor, that completes my business with the courts today. May I be excused?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
And I'm asking that they bring out Andre Justin Hogan for negotiated plea.
Okay.
That's mine. No, you're saying right here. This is the microphone.
All right, Mr. Hogan, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true. Speak up for me.
I affirm testimony will be true.
All right, that's good, sir. Mr. Lynch, your client is before the court. You can put your hand down, sir. State of Georgia versus Andre Justin Hogan, 2026 CR 04727 for terroristic threats and acts. You're the law firm of Lister Holton Dennis, and you all are representing him. What does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Judge, she pleads guilty today.
All right. By entering a plea of guilty, Mr. Hogan, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
On April the 3rd of 2026, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to incident location here in Clayton County regarding a disturbance. Officers made contact with household members of the residents, in which they determined that the defendant, Mr. Hogan, did make a threat to commit arson to the home because someone had took his cell phone charger and had not returned it. The members of the household believed it to be a credible threat because he had previously done this before. And so it occurred here in Clayton County. State's recommendation is 12 months to serve 20 days, credit for time served. The balance is to be suspended upon him not returning. And he's to stay away from 1736 Rock Cut Road, Conley, Georgia, 30288. That's 1736 Rock Cut Road, Conley, Georgia, 30288.
Okay, is that a group home?
It's not,
home?
it's not a group home, it's a residential house.
Okay. Do we know who the owner of the home is or who was aggrieved by these threats?
We do. That would be Ronald Simmons and Antoine Pringle. Ronald Simmons and Antoine Pringle. Antoine is spelled ANTWANN. Pringle, traditional PRINGLE.
Okay, Mr. Lynch.
Judge, I have spoken to Mr. Hogan about his rights in this case and the recommendation, including the requirement that that he stay away from the incident location. He does understand those. I am asking the court to accept the recommendation from the state in this matter.
All right, Mr. Hogan, every time something goes missing, you can't threaten to burn the house down. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you threaten to burn the house down, every time you say that, I'm gonna burn the house down if y'all don't give me, or I'm gonna burn the house down, you're committing a crime. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you can't keep saying I'm gonna burn the house down. All right, you cannot go back to 1736 Rock Cut Road, Conley, Georgia, Clayton County, and no contact with Ronald Simmons and Antoine Pringle. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to sentence you to 12 months to serve 20 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to that location to 1736 Rock Cut Road, and as long as you do not have contact with those two people. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office.
If we could pull Mr. Sessions next.
All right, is this Mr. Sessions?
It is, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Mr. Samuel Lee Sessions, 2026 CR 04730. You're charged with simple battery and you're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Mr. Owen Lynch is with you at the podium. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, we're going to ask the court to accept a no contest plea, and I will offer some explanation as to why, but we're asking for a no contest plea.
All right, by entering a plea of nolo, sir, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On March 31st, 2026, officers with the Clayton County Police Department were dispatched to 11 Upper Riverdale Road, Clayton County, in reference to an assault on a nurse. Officers made contact with the nurse, Mr. Walter Horn, SHORHN. Mr. Horn stated that he was attempting to restrain the patient, Mr. Samuel Sessions, the defendant, during an episode of agitation and aggressive behavior in which he was struck in the face with a closed fist. This all occurred here in Clayton County. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 25 days and be credited from the time of lockup, which I believe is March 31st of 2026. The balance is suspended upon him not having contact with Mr. Walter Horn. Generally, we would ask for a stay away. However, I think this is a medical facility, and I don't know that we can do that.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Judge, the reason I'm asking the court to accept a no-low in this case is my understanding from speaking to my client, from looking at the police report, is that this incident happened under a period of him being agitated and aggressive. That is a noted side effect that has been documented in him because he does take a very high dosage of an anti-seizure medication. And so for that reason, he doesn't fully remember how this went down, but he is aware that he has acted out under this medication in the past. He does feel bad about what happened, and we're asking the court to accept the recommendation from the state. I have discussed with him his rights to a trial in this case and potential defenses. However, at this point, he does wish the court to accept a no-low plea and sentence him as recommended from the state.
Okay. All right. Any objection from the state?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Sessions, I'll accept your plea of nolo. Sentence you to 12 months to serve 25 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no contact with Walter Horn. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You could free to go back to this with the sheriff's office.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And the last case I have is Wells.
Judge, I believe Ms. Tortorella is speaking to that client right now. I'll go check on the status.
Okay.
We should have an announcement shortly.
Your Honor, I have an announcement on behalf of Mr. Aubrey Wells.
Yes,
He's ready to move forward with a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
I'm ready.
You can bring him out. Yeah. He's in the.
All right. Mr. Wells, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hands down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Aubrey Wells, 2026 CR 04395 for unlawful conduct on a 911 call. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holton, Dennis, and Ms. MJ Tortorello is your attorney. Ms. Tortorello, what is your client plea to the offense before the court?
Nolo, Your Honor.
By entering a plea of nolo, Mr. Wells, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony or evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration or immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On incident date, March 19th of 2026, officers with the Clayton County Police Department were dispatched to do a property check at a location in Morrow here in Clayton County. To be specific, that is 2570 Stratford Lane, Morrow, Georgia. Officers had received several 911 calls from the day before and the same day from an individual who reported an armed home invasion, with individuals putting cameras within the walls of the property. Officers made contact with residents of the surrounding townhomes at the property, who believed that the residence was unoccupied. Officers were able to make contact with the individual who made the call, Mr. Aubrey Wells, and did investigate within the residence and did determine that it was no individuals within the residence, nor were there cameras on the wall. Officers did find a rifle on Mr. Williams' person. This all occurred here in Clayton County. Mr. Wells has no prior criminal history, and as such, the recommendation reflects his lack of criminal history. He's been in custody a little bit over 10 days, I believe, or approaching, over 10 days. So the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 10 days credit for time served. Although this has not been negotiated, after a read of this report, it may be beneficial or healthy to consider a mental health evaluation.
Ms. Tortorello, are there concerns?
No, I don't have any concerns for my client. I've been able to talk to him. He's competent, and he has shown me no concerns as far as MH, Your Honor.
Okay. And so my understanding was he called 911 because he thought someone had put cameras in his home.
Your Honor, he can You want to speak to the court?
No, Your Honor. The people that were squatting in the property next to my property, I came down here from Virginia to see what was going on. Every time I put supplies and tools into my property, it winds up being stolen. I was inside, and that weekend, that Saturday, the police were actually called to the property next door by the neighbor across the parking lot. And that police call, if they were to check their records, was because that person knew that those people there were squatting in that property right next to mine. Though they broke into my house before, once when I was in the property, and we actually were face to face, they took off running. And from that point, because they were actually caught red-handed at that point because they thought no one was there. After that, they then they actually drilled through the wall because they actually are like contractors and stuff. But you can still hear through the wall because we share the same wall. So there is no hearing voices, which the report seems to insinuate.
Okay.
And on the
So they were squatting and kind of doing some damage to the property next door that affected your property.
They were squatting next door to that property, to my property, but they jumped the fence to break into my property because I had boarded my property up on the side and stuff. They broke into the kitchen window and banged through the board.
Okay.
And they were while I was there, I called the police to come out and check the situation, to help me out because they were still going in. But they had tried this before, and I could actually hear them discussing it on the patio because they're like right next to one another. They were discussing the situation, like they were timing out how long they would take. And each time that I called the police, it took them more than 20 minutes to arrive at my property. So now during that time, when they did arrive, they arrived on the scene, and I asked them to identify how many people are outside because there are also people who I heard come in through the side of the door, but I know that there were also people in the front. But those people that are assisting them they met the police officers in the parking lot, told them that they were me, and the police officers left. I then had to redo the phone call. I had to call them again, and this happened like 2 or 3 times in a row. They would still talk to the police officer and verify that and tell them that they are me, the owner of the property. I called them back. I told the police officers exactly how to go about this. I said, what you need to do when the next time you arrive, you need to verify the identity of that person. You need to talk to me on this telephone, so that we can get this cleared up. The police officer on the phone was like, well, we're not doing this and that. And I was like, well, can you shine the light? Because this is absolutely dark. Can you shine the light so that I can see my way out? Because they say that they were not coming into my home. And they did not come into my home at any point during this transaction. So I came out. I had to bust through one of the boards that I put on the other side. I came out. I met them at the beginning, at the front of the building, because they said they were leaving, and I couldn't risk them leaving again at this point. I met them. I talked to them, and they were about to leave again. They told me that I can go back into my house. I said, okay, well, at what point are you going to check my residence so that I can safely go back in? Because we can't just go back in when I told you they came in the side door there. So, I mean, could you check my residence? They said, no, we're not going in your house because the door is boarded. I'm like, okay. And they left, and I still didn't have any resolve. So I called back to 911. And then then the 911 operator said, noted. I'm like, okay, what does noted mean? And she hung up the phone. They came back and arrested me.
All right, sir. I am sorry that happened to you. I'm going to accept your plea of nolo. Accept the agreed upon 12 months to serve 10 days. Credit for time served balance will be suspended. All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office. Sir, you may want to get a copy of your deed so that if you have this issue again, you can produce the copy of the deed and your ID, and then the police will, I guess, have evidence that you're the owner of the property.
Okay, they spent some time, I guess, investigating me being the owner of the property, instead of, you know, investigating the perpetrators. And I mean, it's readily available for them on the tax records.
I got you, sir.
Okay. All right.
All
well,
right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too, sir. All right, so it is my understanding that that is the last open case we have for arraignment or jail for today. I have signed what I had up to this point, and so I know Miss Brenda has some new stuff for me to sign, so I will continue to sign, and I'll sign anything else. I know there's some bench warrant set-asides. Miss Arnold had some stuff for me, so I may have to sign like volume, but she'll give me that information. All right, thank you all. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.